Yeah.
Good afternoon and welcome to the July cattle briefing. My name is Lance Honig and I serve as chair of the Agricultural Statistics Board at NASS. This briefing is for the Secretary of Agriculture and other policymakers at USDA to better understand the content and context of today's report. We're very pleased to have Brooke Appleton, USDA's Deputy Undersecretary for Farm Production and Conservation, joining us as Secretary Designate today. We also welcome Dr. Seth Meyer, USDA's Chief Economist. Before I turn things over to our presenter, I do have a few notes for our live streaming audience. The cattle report is a key statistical report. The Office of Management and Budget provides specific guidance on how this important report is to be released. OMB statistical policy instructs policymaking officials to refrain from making public comment within 30 minutes of its release. Therefore, we will not be taking questions from the public during this briefing. NASS staff are available for phone or email questions. We strive to have everything presented at this briefing match the official record. However, should there be any discrepancy, always refer to the official published estimates. With that, I'll turn it over to Travis Averill, Chief of the NASS Livestock Branch. Travis.
Thank you, Lance. I appreciate everyone joining us here today and those joining us live streaming for the July 2025 Cattle Agricultural Statistics Board briefing. First, I would like to provide an overview of the survey for July 2025 cattle survey. On the map are the sample sizes for the 50 states in this survey. Approximately 17,900 producers were surveyed in the July process. Data collection started on June 30th and finished on the 17th of July. Normal collection methods were used to gather data through mail, telephone, internet, and face-to-face interview. The primary data items gathered were total inventory by class, all cattle on feed, and the calf crop data. For July 1st, 2025, the United States all cattle and calves are at 94.2 million head, down 1.3% from 2023. At the bottom is the chart of the U.S. all cattle and calves for July 1st from 2005 to 2025. The current cattle cycle started in 2014 at 95.7 million head and peaked in 2018 at 102.7 million. Note throughout today's presentation, you'll see some breaks in charts due to NASS not conducting the July cattle survey in 2013, 2016, and 2024 due to reduced funding. The July 1st, United States all cows and heifers at calves are at 38.1 million head, down 300,000 head from 2023. Beef cows are at 28,650,000 head, down 1.2% from 2023. Milk cows are up 50,000 head from 2023 at 9,450,000. The chart in the bottom left-hand corner provides the July 1st U.S. Beef cow inventory from 2005, relatively similar to the all cattle cycle chart that I provided on the previous slide. To the right is a chart of the U.S. July 1st milk cow inventory for the last 21 years. You can see it's been as low as 9 million to as high as 9.5 million over that time period. On July 1st, the United States all heifers 500 pounds and over is at 14.6 million head, down 300,000 from 2023. Beef replacement heifers are at 3.7 million head, down 2.6%. Milk replacement heifers are unchanged from 2 years ago at 3.5 million head. Other heifers are at 7.4 million head, down 2.6% from 2023. The U.S. all heifers chart for July 1st from 2005 to present mirrors the peaks and valleys of the all cattle chart. July 1st, 2025 steers 500 pounds and over are at 13.8 million head, down 1.4% from 2023. Bulls are unchanged at 1.9 million head from 2 years ago. Calves weighing less than 500 pounds are at 25.8 million head, down 400,000 head from 2023. At the bottom is a chart illustrating steers, bulls, and calves for July 1st for the last 21 years. Steers are blue, bulls are orange, and calves are gray. A takeaway from this chart is the variability in the inventory for calves over the years. Next is the United States calf crop. The preliminary calf crop for the first half of 2025 is at 24.3 million head, down 1.2% from 2024. As a percentage of the total calf crop, the first half is unchanged from 2024 at 73.4%. 8.8 million calves are expected to be born from July 1st to December 31st of 2025, down 1.5% from 2024. The preliminary annual calf crop for 2025 is at 33.1 million head, down 1.3% from previous year. The chart provides the annual calf crop since 2005. The 2025 value is a preliminary estimate and will be further reviewed during the January 2026 survey. Trade expectations compared to NASS estimates as a percent of 2023. Trade ranges are gray, the trade averages are the black circles, and the NASS estimates are represented by the red squares. Of the 6 data items on the slide, milk cows are within trade expectations. All cattle and calves, all cows and heifers at calf, beef cows and calf crop are higher than trade expectations, where cattle on feed is lower than trade expectations. So when discussing cattle, it is important to look at the drought conditions across the United States. This slide provides 3 snapshots of the drought maps for the United States over the last 12 months. In the top left-hand corner is as of July 7th, 2024. Moderate drought was at 14%, whereas severe drought was at 3%, impacting limited areas of the East, Great Plains, and West. Then in the top right-hand corner are the conditions as of December 31st, 2024. The drought impact for moderate had increased to 33%, and severe drought had raised 7 points to 10%. The drought had expanded in the northern and southern plains, mountain, and southwest region. At the bottom of the conditions as of July 1st, 2025, drought conditions had improved to where moderate was at 18% and severe drought was at 6% compared to December's conditions. The area impacted are large parts of the Southwest, Mountain West, Northwest, and Great Plains region. Compared to last year's July 7th, 2024, between moderate and severe, 2025 was 7 points higher. U.S. cattle on feed on July 1st was, with comparisons to 2023, feedlots with a capacity of 1,000 head or more is at 11,124,000 head, down 0.7% from 2023. As a percent of the total cattle on feed, this group is slightly higher than the 85.5% 2 years ago. Feedlots with a capacity of less than 1,000 head are at 1,876,000 head, down 1.2% from 2023. The chart for the July 1st all cattle on feed from 2005 to 2025, the lowest inventory is in 2009 at 11.6 million. The highest is at 13.6 million in 2019 and 2020. The U.S. feeder cattle supply for July 1st, 2025, with comparisons to 2023, feeder cattle supplies are estimated from the sum of inventories of other heifers and steers over 500 pounds, plus calves under 500 pounds, minus the cattle on feed inventory. As I provided in the previous slide, calves under 500 pounds are at 25.8 million head, steers and other heifers 500 pounds and over total at 21.2 million head. The sum of the 3 inventory components provided a total supply of feeder cattle at 47 million head, down 1.7% from 2023's. As I stated on previous slide, all cattle on feed is at 13 million head, and the calculated cattle feeder supply is at 34 million, down 2% from 34.7 million in 2023. The feeder cattle supply chart for July 1st has ranged from 38.8 million in 2006 to as low as 34 million this year in 2025. Highlight of selected upcoming NASS reports. In addition to the July cattle report, today's releases include the multi-cattle on feed, peanut prices. On July 31st, agricultural prices, 1st of August, quite a few reports going up that day. The August care reports for cotton systems, fats and oils, flour milling and grain crushings, along with the annual honeybee colonies report, cash runs, and land values. Dairy production will be on August 5th. August 12th will be the monthly crop production report, and then the next multi-cattle on feed will be August 22nd. All reports are available at the NASS official website. I appreciate everyone attending today's live streaming session for the July cattle ASB briefing. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day. This concludes today's live streaming session.